Hello, and welcome to Spoken Poetry. This video's poet will be Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Browning, long suffering from tuberculosis, was an English poet from the time of Queen Victoria. She was a strong advocate for the abolition of slavery and child labor, as well as women having a greater place in the working and poetic world. Miss Browning was prolific in her writing, although she only wrote for a few short years. While she was held in contention for Poet Laureate in her time, a remarkable feat, the Blue Blood ended up losing the position to Alfred Lord Tennyson. Her admirers, from which you can find poetry of similar meter, were Edgar Allan Poe, Emily Dickinson, and others. Poe's The Raven borrows from Browning's Lady Geraldine's Courtship, a poem written in a prosaic manner. Elizabeth Barrett Browning died in 1861 at the age of 55. A Dead Rose. O rose, who dares to name thee? No longer roseate now, nor soft nor sweet, but pale and hard and dry as stubble wheat. Kept 7 years in a drawer, thy titles shame thee. The breeze that used to blow thee between the hedgerow thorns and take away an odor up the lane to last all day, if breathing now unsweetened would forego thee. The sun that used to smite thee and mix his glory in thy gorgeous urn, till beam appeared to bloom and flower to burn, if shining now with not a hue would light thee. The dew that used to wet thee, and, white first, grow incarnadined, because it lay upon thee where the crimson was, if dropping now would darken where it met thee. The fly that lit upon thee, to stretch the tendrils of its tiny feet along thy leaf's pure edges after heat, if lighting now, would coldly overrun thee. The bee that once did suck thee, and build thy perfumed ambers up his hive, and swoon in thee for joy, till scarce alive, if passing now, would blindly overlook thee. The heart doth recognize thee, alone, alone. The heart doth smell thee sweet, doth viewing thee fair, doth judge thee most complete, though seeing now those changes that disguise thee. Yes, and the heart doth owe thee more love, dead rose, than to such roses bold as Julia wears at dances, smiling cold, lie still upon this heart which breaks below thee. The best thing in the world. What's the best thing in the world? June rose, by May dew empearled, sweet south wind that means no rain, truth not cruel to a friend, pleasure not in haste to end, beauty not self-decked and curled, till its pride is overplain. Love, when, so, you're loved again. What's the best thing in the world? Something out of it, I think. Adequacy. Now, by the verdure on thy thousand hills, beloved England, doth the earth appear, quite good enough for men to overbear the will of God in with rebellious wills, we cannot say the morning sun fulfills ingloriously its course, nor that the clear, strong stars without significance and sphere, our habitation. We, meantime, our ills, heap up against this good and lift a cry, against this workday world, this ill-spread feast, as if ourselves were better certainly than what we came to. Maker and High Priest, I ask thee not my joys to multiply, only to make me worthier of the least. The Autumn. Go, sit upon the lofty hill, and turn your eyes around, where waving woods and waters wild do hymn an autumn sound. The summer sun is faint on them, the summer flowers depart. Sit still, as all transformed to stone, except your musing heart. How there you sat in summer time may yet be in your mind, and how you heard the green woods sing beneath the freshening wind. Though the same wind now blows around, you would its blast recall, for every breath that stirs the trees doth cause a leaf to fall. Oh, like that wind is all the mirth that flesh and dust impart. We cannot bear its visitings when change is on the heart. Gay words and jests may make us smile when sorrow is asleep, but other things must make us smile when sorrow is asweep. The dearest hands that clasp our hands, their presence may be over. The dearest voice that meets our ear, that tone may come no more. Youth fades, and then the joys of youth, which one refreshed our mind, shall come as, on those sighing woods, the chilling autumn wind. Hear not the wind, view not the woods, look out over vale and hill. In spring, the sky encircled them, the sky is round them still. Come autumn's scathe, come winter's cold, come change and human fate. Whatever prospect heaven doth bound can never be desolate. To George Sand, a recognition. True genius, but true woman, dost deny the woman's nature with a manly scorn, and break away the gods in armlets worn by weaker women in captivity? Ah, vain denial! That revolted cry is sobbed in by a woman's voice forlorn. Thy woman's hair, my sister, all unshorn, floats back disheveled strength in agony, disproving thy man's name. And while before the world thou burnest in a poet fire, we see thy woman heart beat evermore. Through the large flame beat purer heart and higher, till God unsex thee on the heavenly shore, where unincarnate spirits purely aspire. How do I love thee? How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach when feeling out of sight. For the ends of being an ideal grace, I love thee to the level of every day's most quiet need by sun and candle light. I love thee freely as men strive for right. I love thee purely as they turn from praise. I love thee with the passion put to use in mild griefs, and with my childhood's faith I love thee with a love I seemed to lose. With my lost saints I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life, and, if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death. The End.